In the quiet village of Umuduru, where the evening drums echo like heartbeats of the ancestors, there lived a girl named Yale, gentle, wide-eyed, and full of trust. Her laughter was the kind that made the birds pause mid-flight. But one night, that laughter vanished. They said she was taken not by wild beasts, but by something worse, something human. A traveler came, dressed in foreign rags and sweet promises. He told stories of cities made of gold, of rivers that sang under the moonlight. Yale listened and followed. By dawn, her footprints ended near the riverbank, and her mother's wails carried through the fields. What truly happened to Yale that night? And why do the villagers still whisper her name when the wind passes through the palms? Before we dive into this haunting story of trust, betrayal, and ancient lessons, take a moment to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who still believes in the power of folk tales. Because every story, just like Yale's, carries a warning worth remembering. The sun had just begun to melt into the orange hills of Umuduru village, leaving behind a soft glow that painted the mud huts gold. Children ran barefoot, chasing each other through the fields, while women hummed songs of harvest. Among them was Yale, the girl whose eyes sparkled brighter than morning dew. She was 16, curious and kind. Her laughter carried through the air like a song the earth itself wanted to keep. Everyone loved her. The elders, the mothers, even the market men who sold yams and called her the daughter of light. But innocence, as the elders say, is like a white cloth, beautiful, yet quick to stain. One evening, as Yale returned from the river carrying a pot of water on her head, she noticed something unusual. A man stood near the baobab tree, tall, cloaked in dusty brown, with eyes that hid stories. His clothes were not from the village. His accent was soft, his smile deep, and when he spoke, even the wind seemed to listen. "Peace be with you, little one," he said. "I am Obidi, a traveler from far away. I've seen cities where gold is sold like groundnuts, rivers that shine brighter than your moon." Yale froze half in awe, half in wonder. "Gold like groundnuts," she whispered. He chuckled softly, nodding. "Yes, and one day I will take a good-hearted soul to see it. Maybe someone like you." A heart skipped. In her young mind, the world beyond Umuduru was a dream waiting to be touched. Over the next few days, the stranger stayed in the village. He helped the elders carry firewood, told stories under the moon, and gave children strange sweets wrapped in shiny paper. To the villagers, he seemed harmless, even generous. But Yale's mother, Mama and Josie, watched him closely. Something about his calm smile didn't sit right with her. "The man who smiles too easily hides something," she muttered one night. "Yale, do not linger near him." But youth is often deaf to wisdom. Yale continued to listen to Obidi's stories. He spoke of cities where the ground glittered, where carriages moved without horses, and women wore bright fabrics that shimmered like stars. He told her she was meant for more than fetching water and washing clay pots. "You're too bright for this village, Yale," he said softly one night. "Come with me. I'll show you the world beyond these hills." Her breath caught. "Leave, tonight." "Yes," he smiled. "The moon will guide us. Before dawn, you'll see wonders you've never imagined." But just then, an owl cried from the distance, a sound sharp enough to pierce through her excitement. In Umuduru, an owl's call at night was a warning. It meant danger. Yale hesitated, clutching the small necklace her late father had given her, a charm of protection. Her heart beat fast. "My mother will worry," she whispered. "Your mother will understand," Obidi said gently, stepping closer. "She will thank you one day when she sees you wearing silks and gold." He reached out his hand. The night wind stirred. The drums from faraway villages echoed faintly, as if trying to say, "Don't go." But curiosity overpowered fear. She took his hand, and just like that, Yale walked into the forest, barefoot and trembling under the moon's silver watch. By morning, the village was silent. Her bed was empty. The water pot she carried still lay by the door, cracked and dry. Mama and Josie screamed her daughter's name until her voice broke. The men searched the riverbank, the hills, and even the sacred grove, but found nothing. Only a few footprints leading toward the western path. And then, nothing. Days turned to weeks. Whispers spread. Some said the stranger was no man at all, but a spirit that fed on innocence. Others claimed he was a trader who stole girls for faraway markets. But Mama Ngozi, she never gave up. Each night she sat by the river, calling softly, "Yale, my child, come home." Sometimes when the wind blew over the water, people swore they heard a faint voice replying, "Mama, I am cold." And that S when the villagers began to say the river had taken Yale's name. It's the same river that once reflected her laughter, now carried her whispers. Now, let's begin. The moon had turned pale since Yale's disappearance. The once lively village of Umuduru grew quiet. Even the crickets seemed to hum in sorrow. Mama Ngozi wandered each day to the riverbank, her wrapper dragging through dust, her eyes hollow from sleepless nights. They said she had gone mad, but a mother's heart knows madness is not when you lose your mind. It's when you lose your child and still remember every detail of her smile. One dusk, while the villagers prepared for evening prayers, Mama Ngozi heard something strange, a soft humming coming from the river. It was faint, yet familiar. She froze. That tune, it was Yale's song, the same one she used to sing while pounding yam. "I'm my child," she whispered, stepping closer. The water rippled, glowing faintly under the setting sun. A voice floated out, fragile and trembling. "Mama," he lied. Mama Ngozi dropped to her knees, tears flooding her face. "Yale, where are you? Speak, my daughter." The river swirled again. For a moment, it almost looked like the reflection of her daughter's face. Soft, sad, fading with every wave. "He took me across the hills to where the moon doesn't shine." Villagers gathered, afraid yet drawn by the sound. Some shouted that it was a spirit's trick. Others fell silent, clutching charms of protection. An old woman stepped forward. Mama Ifama, the seer of the village. Her hair was white as chalk, her voice steady as stone. "This is not madness," she said. "The child speaks through the river. Her spirit is trapped and it seeks peace." She raised her staff toward the rippling water. "The man who promised the moon has broken an ancient law. He took innocence meant for the ancestors' keeping." The wind began to howl. Thunder rolled from a clear sky. It was as if the heavens themselves remembered Yale's pain. Mama Ifama looked at Mama Ngozi. "You must give her name back to the ancestors. Only then will she rest." Trembling, Mama Ngozi took off her daughter S' necklace, the small charm Yale had once clutched before she vanished. She held it high and cried out, "Spirits of our fathers, take back what was stolen. Let my child find light again." As the charm touched the river, a sudden gust swept through the crowd. The water rose, swirling in a pillar of silver mist. For a heartbeat, Yale's laughter filled the air, not of sorrow this time, but peace. Then, silence. The river calmed, the wind softened, and the necklace floated gently back to the shore, empty, but glowing faintly. Mama Ngozi picked it up and smiled through her tears. "She's home," she whispered. From that day, no stranger ever passed through Umuduru without facing the old woman's eyes. And every child was told, "Beware the one who promises you the moon." For sometimes the moon is only a mirror hiding the dark, at night. When the wind moves softly across the palms, villagers still hear a girl's laughter. Light, distant, free. Yale's story became a warning, a prayer, and a legend. A reminder that trust, when misplaced, can turn light into shadow. But love, even in death, can still speak through the waters. And that, my friends, is the haunting tale of Yale, the girl who trusted too deeply, and whose voice became one with the river. What do you think was Obidi? Just a man with dark intentions, or something far beyond human? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. This story touched your heart? Hit that like button. Subscribe for more African folktales that carry deep truths. And share this story so Yale's voice continues to be heard across the world. Because in every tale, there's a lesson, and in every listener, a keeper of wisdom.